Hello, and welcome back to the Forging Indestructible Self-Discipline podcast. I'm your host, John Fontenot, and today I want to talk about a truth that many of us spend a lot of time trying to avoid. Some things in life are just hard. No matter how much technology advances, no matter how many conveniences we create, and no matter how much we wish it were otherwise, there are challenges that simply require effort. There is no way around them. There is only through them. We live in a world that increasingly promises convenience. We can order almost anything with a few taps on a screen. We can access information instantly. We can automate tasks that once took hours. There is nothing wrong with making life more efficient. In fact, it is often a good thing. The danger comes, though, when we begin to expect every part of life to be easy. When that expectation takes hold, we become frustrated when we encounter obstacles that cannot be removed with the push of a button. The reality is that many of the most valuable things in life remain stubbornly difficult. Building a successful career takes years of learning, growth, and persistence. Becoming physically fit requires consistency over months and years. Developing meaningful relationships requires patience, communication, and sacrifice. Becoming financially secure often demands disciplined spending and long-term planning. None of these goals can be achieved instantly. They require effort that must be repeated day after day. One of the traps we often fall into is spending more energy trying to avoid a difficult task than it would take to simply do the task. We search for shortcuts. We look for hacks. We convince ourselves that there must be an easier way. Sometimes there is. Efficiency does matter. But many times the hard thing remains hard, no matter how you approach it. The workout still has to be completed. The studying still has to be done. The difficult conversation still has to happen. And the problem still has to be addressed. This is where self-discipline separates itself from motivation. Motivation is wonderful when it shows up, but it's unreliable. Self-discipline understands that some actions must be taken regardless of how we feel. Self-discipline does not wait for perfect conditions. It does not wait for enthusiasm. It recognizes that the path forward is often uncomfortable and chooses to move anyway. That is why discipline is such a powerful force. It allows us to make progress, even when our emotions are working against us. Another important lesson is that avoiding difficult things rarely makes them easier. More often, it makes them larger and more intimidating. The bill you ignore does not disappear. The relationship problem you avoid usually gets worse. The health issue you refuse to address often becomes more serious. The challenge remains whether we face it today or later. In many cases, facing it early is the easiest version of the problem we will ever encounter. What many people fail to realize is that there is a hidden reward inside difficult experiences. Every time you do something hard, you prove something to yourself. You demonstrate that you are stronger than your excuses. You build confidence through action. You create evidence that you can handle discomfort and uncertainty. Over time, those small victories accumulate. They become part of your identity. You begin to see yourself as someone who does what needs to be done, regardless of how difficult it may be. If you are facing something challenging right now, I encourage you to stop wishing it were easier. Instead, focus on becoming stronger. Focus on taking the next step. You do not have to solve the entire problem today. You do not have to be perfect. You simply have to keep moving forward. The effort you put in today is building the person you will become tomorrow. I want to thank you for listening to the Forging Indestructible Self-Discipline podcast. If you found value in today's episode, please share it with someone who may need to hear it. And if you want to dive deeper into building resilience, discipline, and mental toughness, be sure to check out my book, Forging Indestructible Self-Discipline, which is available on Amazon. Until next time, remember that some things in life are hard for a reason. The struggle is often where the growth happens. Keep showing up, keep doing the work, and keep forging an indestructible level of self-discipline. Until next time, take care.